Okay, it should be live. It is Thursday, September 30th. The time is 9:58 a.m. and the temperature is around 13 or 14 degrees Celsius. Hello, Harjot. And welcome to a Thursday morning stream. I'm here right next to Jane Station, Action VJ, with the surprised emoji. Hello, Soraya, Mr. Mountain Hiker, and everyone else just jumping into the chat. Chill Bean, Fathia, Desi Geek. There I am. It is a bit chilly this morning. I don't know if that's the right word, but we're in weather here. Good morning, Tara Evans, and everyone else just joining in. Frosty Forest from Aberdeen, Scotland. There's Jane Station. So again, I decided to skip the video this morning. Whenever I do that, you can usually expect there to be a stream coming up pretty soon after. And we are in Bloor West Village. Emo's music channel is here. Dina says, what time is it? It is 10 a.m. I scheduled the stream for 10. Hopefully the audio and video are holding up. Oh, I just triggered the doors there to get into the station. Good morning, Falcom, Brad Palmer, Vivian, Allison, Pratik, and everyone else. Susan is in the house. And I'm willing to bet you guys were all up before I was. And here's beautiful Bloor Street. And there is a look west, but I think we're going to be walking east, which is kind of stupidly right into the sun. The sun is off to the south a bit. That's fine. It might be a little better if I was on the other side of the street, though. Maybe we'll cross over. Bevy says, how are your baked beans? I did not have any baked beans with my Korean food. They were soybeans, Bevy. A very common Korean side dish. So welcome to Bloor West Village. Yeah, with the sun being right over there, it's going to be a little better if I'm on the south side of the street. That way. Well, you get the idea. I can't really see the text on the screen that well. And here is Armdale. I think this is Terratopia's neighborhood. That thumbnail I posted this morning was a backup. I couldn't change it on the spot. So that's just an image I stole from Google. I'll fix that later. Ooh, the nice shaded south side. So I think it's been almost a week since my last walking live stream. Hello, Emma PH. I might stream tomorrow. I don't know. There's an MMA event on at 4 p.m. I really want to watch, and then a Blue Jay game right after that. So this might be the last one for a while. Or maybe I'll squeeze one in, who knows. Allison says, looks like nice weather. Yeah, although it's definitely on the cool side. So I'm heading east on the south side of Bloor. Hello, walking girl and everyone else joining in. Might lost where am I walking to? I don't know. We're gonna go for at least an hour, maybe longer. I might turn off Bloor. I'm not necessarily married to it. I'm not gonna catch this light coming up. There is yours truly, not Lizzo C, but another Toronto streamer. But myself, Michael says Yonge Street. That's a bit of a walk. I don't know if I'll make it all the way to Yonge Street. Especially if we do some dilly-dallying along the way. It's certainly a nice calm morning though. Hey, there's a catchy here in Bloor West Village. They used to have a location in Koreatown that got expropriated to make way for the Honest Ed's redevelopment. So I think tomorrow I might do a premiere. I've got a night ride, an after midnight e-bike ride that's quite long, and then I've got a walking video for Saturday morning. What is this? The St. Pius X Church. It's kind of looking church. Kind of neat. Are you near Dundas West? Not yet. I guess the word near is relative, but ask me again in 20 minutes. I have a pH, 125 pesos. Have something to drink after today's walk. Thank you, Emma. I have a water bottle in my backpack, but I'll definitely be hitting a cafe or a restaurant for lunch after this. Teratopia says it's pronounced pious. Shows what I know. There's the Bloor Meat Market. And when we get to Runnymede, a bike lane will appear. Do you feel awkward talking out loud while walking? Not really. I mean, you see people do it so often, they have just a little Bluetooth earpiece in, right? One of their, used to be those Bluetooth speakers, but now almost everyone just uses an AirPod or something along those lines. It's pretty common to see that. Queen's Pasta Cafe. So we are in Terratopia's neighborhood. Front door beauty. There's nothing too beautiful about that front door. Well, Evoke, do you have any plans to do walking videos in the prairies? Honestly, probably not. Terratopia asks if I'm buying her lunch. Negative? Sorry? There's a Church's. Drew says, I hope you can do live around the CN Tower. I have done that countless times, but I'm sure we'll be back. And here's the new bike lane. This is right where it starts. That was installed last year. Have you ever dyed your hair? Maybe in high school. That was 100,000 years ago. The Mighty Bull. This is Bloor West Village. And there is a two-story Popeyes. And this is Runnymede Road. So just on the north side here, whoop, my gimbal took a dip, is Runnymede Station. Oh, it's the last day of September. The Swan. So after Bloor West Village, we'll be walking through High Park, Swansea. There's a lot of patios, and there's someone in a Yankees jersey. I wonder if they're going to the game tonight. They might even be in town from New York. Big game tonight if you're a baseball fan. Huge, really. Our season kind of depends on it. Colette says, High Park, her hood. Hello, JL and Jeanette in the house. Good morning, Jeanette. Welcome to a rare early bird stream. I'm going to try to do these once a week or so. Bevy, you might want to get checked for amnesia. And pick up some pancakes. Hey, Chris Mills and Picard. Someone dropping stuff off at the food bank, or the clothing bank. I said food. And Jeanette, look at that beautiful old library across the street. Queued up just for you. And there is an example of Canadian architecture, in case you're wondering what that might look like. That is a distinctly Canadian building. It's actually like a hodgepodge of various styles. Park here, $10 daily max, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. $5 after that. And just like that, we are through Bloor West Village. Susan thinks I need some Java. Well, I didn't have my morning coffee yet. There's a very good reason why I wouldn't have my morning coffee before a live stream. I don't feel like having to make an emergency pit stop. Teratopia, you mean like microfiche? When you would go to the library and they would have newspapers condensed into tiny little slides. All right, I might have to get rid of my sweater here, maybe when we get to High Park. Alexa told me it was 10 degrees when I was heading out. So I was like, shit, I wore a long sleeve t-shirt and a hoodie. Now I'm feeling way too hot. I only brought the tiny backpack. I wonder if this could be a thumbnail. No, that looks kind of dumb. I am struggling to hold on to the thing. Maybe if I switch. Falcom says the blue sky looks gorgeous. It does. It looks pretty much exactly like it does through this phone. Whereas my other phone, the Samsung, would make it look way more vibrant than it really is. There's a running room. I went in there yesterday. Here's Ellis Park. This runs down the west side of High Park. Speaking of which, High Park is coming up. I think this might be a place to ditch my sweater. Mighty Bull says, what phone do you have now? I have, my personal phone is an S20 FE, but my streaming phone is the 12. The only real benefit to the 13 would be the better battery life, but I never exhaust the battery life on this anyways. And the brighter screen. I do admit that would be handy. I'm kind of hoping the Pixel 6 ends up being pretty good. There's a look at Park. I remember going down this way in a stream before. All right, I'm just gonna grab a seat right here for a second. And There's a subway train going by. Chris Mills has become a member. Chris Mills, welcome to YouTube channel membership. I'm going to put the phone down for a second, guys. Maybe I can at least set you up with a half decent angle. I'm gonna have to play some Tetris to get this hoodie to fit into my tiny backpack with the water bottle. I'm also wearing jeans, which I don't normally do. It's kind of a sign that the seasons are changing. Uh-oh, this hoodie is not fitting in my backpack. There we go. This does mean I've just lost access to my water bottle, though. Hoodie be gone. There we go. Oh, I've got my microphone. I'm gonna fix this, one sec. It's kind of hooked up in a weird ass way. Which wasn't, oh shit, where'd the fluffy piece go? Sorry guys, just one sec. The little muff popped off my mic. I had to find it. Okay, I promise you, we are ready. So on the right is High Park. Bevy donated $5 through Super Chat for a drink or snacks after your stream, but not to be used for 2-in-1s. Don't worry, Bevy. Thank you very much for the $5. I will put that into a drink or beverage after the stream, or possibly a 5-in-1. I could use a third backup. Oh, we're still in wide mode. Good morning, Elaine. So in on the right here, you could access the big park. Liz, $2.79 for a lint roller from the dollar store. Liz, thank you for the $2.79, but you trying to tell me something? Relatively lint-free. I like to live a lintless lifestyle. Speaking of pet peeves, if you've ever lived in a building or gone to a laundromat and used the dryer, what the hell is up with those ignorant people that don't clear out the lint trap after they use the dryer. I mean, that's, to me, the same thing as not flushing the toilet. No one wants to go to use a dryer, find a whole bunch of lint in the trap. There's your rant for today. I thought that was cute. Here's another one. It's Black Squirrel Day here in Hyde Park. Lucky black squirrel. Meds Hyde Park Pharmacy. So Hyde Park Station is just to the north here on Quebec Avenue. So this walk has spanned 3 subway stops so far, if you include the one where I started. I think not too long ago, Ken and his girlfriend Megan did a stream through here. Here's some squirrels up to no good. It's a very curious Sorry, buddy, I don't have what you're looking for. Close encounter of the squirrely kind. I think that was the equivalent of a squirrel cock tease. There's a look in the Hyde Park. Paul says he thinks he'll see me from his window.
My financial advisor.
Evoke ASMR. 0.99 British pounds. Thank you, Evoke. Thank you for your support. '69 moto. I did some compilations before, but I don't know, that's a lot of editing effort for my lazy ass. Look at this guy. You win the cutest, friendliest squirrel of the year award, my friend. They must be really used to people dropping them snacks. Sorry, Vivian, I still remember. Ali BHG in the house. Congrats on beating the Orioles last night. But please lose tonight. Kartik asks if I've had thoughts of doing a video on the path. I think I've done about 10 of them so far. I'll go back and update that, maybe on a bad weather day. I don't really feel like being outside. Maybe, Susan, I might make the trek up there at some point. And we are heading down to Keele, well, Keele on the north and Parkside on the south. Keele Station will just be on the left. That'll be subway stop number 4. Rash Brannigan, 699. Hi, Johnny. For the record, Scarborough is not a wasteland. Have a great day. Thank you, Rash Brannigan. I don't think I ever said it was, although I certainly find certain stretches of it to be, but the same goes with pretty much anywhere. But thank you for the 699. I'm sure I'll be back in Scarborough at some point. The last time I was there, I did the bike ride along Eglinton East. That was kind of a wasteland, but it's in a redevelopment phase. Then I did a live stream from Scarborough Town Center. That was kind of a crazy one, and it was a super hot day. Water, that's cool. Thanks again. And there is Keele Station on the north side. So to the south of here, that'll take you down to the Queensway. Game Mania. There's something for all the geeks up there. 7-Up. Cherry, is that a mojito flavored 7-Up? Neat stuff. Plug cannabis. Kate, $5. Have a great day. Kate, thank you very much. I will try. That guy just yelled at me. On the other side of the street there is the Keele Wall, an endangered piece of, or a wall with a lot of really neat street art on it. How many steps do you do in a week? Sadly, a lot less than I used to. I'm doing less walking live streams, which has really hacked into the step count. Since I added the scooter streams and the e-bike streams, which I think the last one was probably the best one. I think we finally figured out how to do the e-bike streams in a smooth manner that are slow enough for everyone to see. Do you think the streets are back to pre-COVID levels? No, they're not. It's like maybe 70% there. But it's enough that it certainly doesn't feel like a ghost town or a shell of its former self. What is this? And there's a look back to the west. There's a parked car blasting music I don't care to get too close to. It's a little early in the morning for a copyright match. Here is Indian Road. This is kind of a neat, sometimes overlooked area. Cabin Fever, they have pinball, beer, and vinyl. I don't think I've ever seen that place open before. That'd be neat. Oh, Lisa D in the house. Hello, Lisa. I didn't see your message, but I saw other people messaging. Raul just saw me passing. I should probably come back to this area and update it with a regular video at some point soon. Soul fuel. What is that? Oh, it's like one of those little CrossFit places. Arif Virani, he must be the elected MP in this area. Hey, my chats have not updated in a while. Oh, there we go. So we are coming up upon Dundas Street West. So this bar Loki's is closed. Is it closed for good? Because I remember going to this Lithuanian banquet hall here to write exams for a professional association I was once a member of. I think they rent it out for that sort of thing. There's a place called China Island. I've got... Oh, I should have worn shorts. I'm not ready to be walking around in jeans. Peter J. Wibbolt. So I guess next week will be the week we hit 60,000 subs. That'll be neat. Huh. Should I brave the bad side here? There's one side that's all under construction, and then the other side is not. But let's go see what the pedestrian experience is like from the bad side, maybe. So here's another subway station just north of here. Kate says, what is SMH? That means shaking my head. That's what the cool kids say. And it means exactly what you think it means. I look north up Dundas. There are some of the worst rated apartments in the city of Toronto right there. If you want to have some good times, just look up rental reviews of that building. People have a lot of good things to say about the management there. Bridge rehabilitation. So this was supposed to be a continuous bike lane, but they never did put it in under this stretch of Bloor here, or along it, that goes underneath the West Toronto rail path. Let's see what kind of crap pedestrians have to navigate on this stretch. This is easily the ugliest stretch of Bloor Street in Toronto, at least in my humble opinion. You got these ugly brown brick walls up here. Access to the Union Pearson Express train. 689 says, who started these videos first, you or Ken? Ken had his channel first with walking videos, but I did live stream before him. Jeanette Morales, $5 to fill your backpack with a Cliff Bar. Thank you, Jeanette. During the pandemic, I guess it still is, but you know what I mean. Those Cliff Bars were a lifesaver when it was just a royal pain in the ass to go into a cafe, or most places were still closed. So there's no point in even trying to grab a lunch while I was out. Having a Cliff Bar and a drink in my backpack was just the ticket. I actually have one in my backpack right now, Jeanette, but thank you very much. Yeah, you're not going the wrong way at all. In a sidewalk, no less. Good job, people. Cookie for you. And we're at Perth Avenue. So this, south of here, takes you along the Junction Triangle neighborhood. And look at this. These are properties that have clearly been given up on. But there's no signs of the redevelopment happening yet. I want to put in a 18-story building there. Thank you, Homage. All right, when I said the last stretch of Bloor was the ugliest in the city, or at least along Bloor, I lied. It is actually this stretch coming up. Whoever thought that building there on a major street like Bloor was a good idea needs to GTFO away from city planning or approving. I remember I was a kid when this was going up. Well, I wasn't a kid, but I was a lot younger than I was now, and I read an article in the Toronto Star about what an abomination this development was. Yes, we need affordable housing, but design it thoughtfully in a way that meets the street properly. I find this particular development to be rather appalling. You see a few buildings like this on Queen Street East in Leslieville, but nothing this bad or offensive. Great Walk, I think you can, but I think you have to use the official YouTube app and you'll be limited to 720p. Ooh. There's a neat old VW. Noah knows nothing, says cities are garbage. You really do know nothing. Thanks for living up to your namesake. Gustavo says heading to 60K. Eventually. But where am I being led here? Look at this, it just says sidewalk closed. WTF, City of Toronto, did I miss the opportunity to cross earlier? That sign right there says sidewalk closed. please just cross a busy street at your own peril. Very, very good design, construction people. Novelcos says there's nothing wrong with how it meets the street. I think there's everything wrong with how it meets the street. Thoroughly disagree with you. You should not have residential apartment units meeting the street on Bloor Street West in that location. If that were proper retail, I wouldn't be so offended by it. Now I'm on the north side of Bloor. And maybe I'll cross back at the next location here. And here's something for you art lovers. Hopefully that thing does not get defaced. And here's Lansdowne. I took Lansdowne not too long ago on my bike. And a nice lady stepped outside of her building and waved hello at me, and I missed it, unfortunately. All right, I'm gonna be bad here and run across the street. Just barely make the light, and I'm gonna go back to the south side. A lot of weed shops, says Paul Font. Yeah, I imagine there's going to be a big consolidation of them at some point. It can't possibly be sustainable to have all these shops. Chris, the Pepsi driver, is here. That reminds me, the Diet Pepsi in my fridge is running a little low. Long time no see. To Chris, the Pepsi driver. There's a gorgeous old building I haven't really paid much attention to before. That's a Center for Contemporary Art. Art buffs will be disappointed. Now we are in Bloordale Village. One-hour cannabis delivery. Emporium rugs. Soul Shakers. They spelled Seoul S-E-O-U-L, like the city. King's Chef Chinese restaurant. It's amazing the places I notice when I look, despite having walked along this street 100 times before, at least. Thank you, SDUTT. And here's where my evening gig is. I am the stage announcer at House of Lancaster. Next up on the stage is the beautiful Lala. No, I don't think they would hire me for that. Lisa says that place is good. Are you referring to the House of Lancaster, Lisa? Just need some clarification there. There's Duffy's Tavern. That's a mainstay of this neighborhood. Oh, my phone is ringing. Sorry, guys. You're saying these buildings look a bit tired. You've never been to Queens. No, that was not my mom calling me Bevy. It was probably just someone asking if I needed my ducks cleaning, or my ducks cleaned. Ducks clean? What kind of grammar is that? Well, Susan, I've got a very specific agenda today. I'll be going somewhere after the stream. Oh, there's a hipster bar just up here on the right I remember going to. I forget the name. There's another one across the street I've been to many times. Here's a coffee shop. And it's this place here. You know you're hipster when you don't have a sign. The 3-speed, says Josh. There's another one. The Burdock. They've got a good patio on the side. Pretty cool place. Amage too, $2 for the brother. Thank you. Thank you very much, Amage.
Well, it's trade. I like bright colors.
So we are coming up on Dufferin Street. James went to Kent Senior and Bloor Collegiate, which are the schools just on the right. Sorry, I didn't get a better look at it. I'm walking right up next to the building. There's Bloor Collegiate. And I think that's the Russet Avenue entrance to Dufferin Station. I can't see a street sign, but I think that's it. Or at least read the street sign that I can see. So here is Dufferin Station. So we started at Jane, we went by Runnymede, High Park, Keele, then Lansdowne. Sorry, then Dundas West, then Lansdowne, and here we are at Dufferin. And this lettering on the sidewalk here says Bloordale. Do you play any sports? I used to. Thank you, Anthony. Bloordale Village, it says on the sign. Although we are entering Bloor Court Village. There's a look over at Dufferin Station. People lined up to get on the Dufferin bus. Here's quite possibly the greatest city block in the history of city blocks. We have an A&W, a Mexican joint, and a Popeyes. Can you really beat A&W and Popeyes so close together? Sorry, I'm just checking one thing here. There's the Bloor Gladstone Library on the right. Miss Toronto says there used to be tennis courts on the southwest corner. How long ago was that? If it's not too long ago, you can go on Google Maps and just flip the year on Street View and see what the old Google Street View cameras captured. Oh, that's not annoying. I'm going to turn around and we're going to get a look at this library. I'm on the wrong side of the street to really get a nice look at it. Let me just throw the wide angle on here. I'm still alive. Boardwalk Brad in the house. Deborah S. says, is it 50 out? I don't know what 50 is. It is not sweater weather, that's for sure. At least in my opinion. Well, according to my phone, it has Two Hot Babes coffee on the right. Bloor Bar Cafe. So we're getting near to Bloor and Ossington. Then after that will be Christie Pits, and then Koreatown will be upon us. There's a lineup. I don't know what that shop is. Possibly weed. There's the Paradise. They're supposed to be putting in a restaurant in that space with the blue right next to it. Or I think it might be that space there, even. I just know one's supposed to be going in. That's all owned by the same person. I just slipped off the curb walking around that spot. XX deals dot. I can't read the rest of that sign because of this truck. But here's Dovercourt Road, which will take you through the heart of Dovercourt Village, just to the north of here. Susan says she missed libraries in lockdown. She's glad they've reopened. Have you streamed the beaches area lately? I think maybe a month and a half ago. There's some good Ethiopian eats in this area. I went to that bar. It's more of a restaurant. With a friend who was actually from Ethiopia. He's an old coworker. Easy blue car. Stop and Shop convenience store. There's the Toronto version of a bodega, I guess. Not quite. Banquet Burger. Oop, sorry, the phone started wandering off there. There's a cafe. That place started off as an illegal pot shop. I think some of them are actually licensed now, though. Or rather, not properly licensed. I think illegal might be a bit extreme. Dimension says Toronto in the summer stinks of weed. I wouldn't say that at all. You do get a whiff of it every now and then, but it's not that noticeable. I think I probably smelled more in New York City when I was there. There's Long and McQuaid. That guy's on an e-bike that's very similar to the one I have. Ooh, look at that. Front suspension. $2,200. There's a shisha lounge. How much does 400 viewers lets LFG? I was looking at some of my old streams from like last winter when we would hit like 900, 1,000 quite often. And then on the replays, they would get 10, 15, 20,000 views. I'm not sure if we'll be back to those levels this winter. But that was a particularly bleak time. There was not a whole lot to do outside and the weather was cold. At least things have actually kind of opened up now. All right, Chili Bean, have a good day. Collins Castle says, how much is a McDonald's? I don't know. Does A&W still have 250 Mama Burgers on? Because if they do, that is the only correct answer to that question. Shout out to Baseline Bar, says Dimensions. There's a meatball restaurant on the right. Hey, we broke 400 viewers. Thank you, guys. Can I eat a burger with no cheese? You can add cheese to it, Boardwalk Bread.
Forget about that.
I have certainly done that. I've got reservations tonight at a fancy restaurant. It's a good friend's birthday, which means I may or may not be watching the Blue Jay game on my phone most of the time. There is Tall Boys. I've been to that place. Crash Brannigan says, overall, this looks like a nice area. Yeah, I think as far as a continuous, interesting stretch in Toronto, this is probably the best stroll you could take, starting at Jane and taking Bloor all the way across to Yonge. Queen West is good, but it's not as long if you start at Parkdale to Yonge. I think Jane to Yonge on Bloor is a better walk. You could make the argument that Yonge, south of anywhere, pretty much from Young Lawrence Village, is better. I would not disagree with that, but this is definitely a top 3 urban stroll. Another good long one would be starting in Riverside and then into Leslieville and through the beaches on Queen Street East. There's a few dry spots on that one. And Danforth, which is the other side of Bloor Street, just after the viaduct, all the way to Victoria Park. Vegan donut. But is it gluten-free? I only want it if it's both vegan and gluten-free. There's the Toronto Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Academy. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and kickboxing. Yeah, of course MMA. They should have just put MMA on it. MMA is usually Jiu-Jitsu and wrestling, plus some kind of stand-up, kickboxing or Muay Thai, and everything in between. Although there's a karate-based fighter tomorrow who's very exciting. I'm definitely gonna watch his fight, and that comes on, it starts at 4 p.m. on YouTube in Canada, because it's being held in the UK. The Only Lioness, $7, very nice walk. Also enjoying the cooler weather in New York. Thanks, Johnny and Mods. Thank you, The Only Lioness, for the $7. Thank you very much. As I walk on the other side of Christie Pits Park. There's a big park. There's a big semi-pro baseball field there where the team that plays there is semi-pro. All right, Lisa, have a good night. There's Bickford Center. The neighborhood to the south of here, I think, is Bickford Park and Palmerston. And once I get east of Christie up ahead here, the neighborhood to the north will be Seton Village. And it is into Koreatown. Susan likes how Action BJ lurks and bans people. It's just a good mod to that one. Until he bans me. Then I'll be at odds with him. There's a look over at the pits. And this is Grace Street. That tiger on the other side lights up at night. There's a lot of orange lights embedded in it. It's kind of neat. I wouldn't go out of my way to see it. If you're in the area, it's definitely worth a peep. The Medic's Mind is here. You have weathered the storm, so to speak. Sunny Ginny used to work at the Walnut store. That's the one a few blocks east of here on the north side of Bloor, right? The Walnut Cake store. Ooh, banh mi. I always get excited with banh mi because I associate it with really cheap sandwiches that you could have on the streets of Vietnam for like a couple of dollars. A Medic's Mind, $20. Been too long. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Well, I'm doing well, but you've gone through a hell of a lot, so I hope you're doing well. And I hope your podcast is still churning out good ones. Coming soon, yummy Korean food restaurant right next to Seoul Hot Dog. That says Napo Sung Hee. I had Korean food the other day. You can see a picture of that on. Okay, Rogers just sent me a Spam. You can see a picture of that on my Instagram. I had some kind of chicken dish. It was like a jaok, but instead of pork, it was chicken. And they put what looked like cheese whiz on it. Yeah, normally when you ask for cheese in a Korean restaurant, you get like mozzarella. And they were like, nope, you get cheese whiz. I was like, okay. It still tasted good. I'm not complaining. It was just not what I was expecting. There's a look at Clinton's, the newly reopened Clinton's. And here's probably the most popular spot in town. They have a location up north of Shepherd. Make sure I'm not walking in front of anyone. This place here is very controversial. They put a sign of the Constitution or the Charter of Rights and Freedoms on their wall, and they will not be checking for vaccine proof. There's a big thread about them on Reddit yesterday. Hey, it's the 34-inch avocado, $325. That's kind of nuts. What's this? Mapo. I've never seen that restaurant before. There's always a fair bit of turnover here in Koreatown. But what there isn't is ever a shortage of great Korean food. There's Korea House right next to a Kintan Ramen. Here is Manning Avenue. Yeah, Susan, that was PAT we walked by. Oh, there's a place I haven't really noticed before. They got table cooking. My Korean is so bad. Tutue. Sorry, doo-doo. Pronounce that D is more of a T. If you watch the show Kenny vs. Spenny, they would often go to this magic health store across the street and get advice. I think it was Dr. Goldberg. There's Hair 1010. Oh, it actually says Kelly on it. I was about to say the owner of that shop is named Kelly. I used to go there. And when I moved to Korea, I called her just to be like, hey. And she's like, you're in Korea? Oh my God. I was like, yeah, sorry, you won't be getting any appointments from me in a while. Here's a Kung Fu Tea. Sean is down on Euclid. There's Korean Village Restaurant. That's a mainstay of this hood. Juxtapose. Oh, I used to go to this place all the time. It was called Umji Bunchik. Iced coffee, $3.49. I'm definitely gonna pick up a K-pop copyright match if I go in there. Here's Palmerston Avenue. This street is a very nice residential street. fire-breathing dragon. It's notable for these great gates with the lights here that greet you as you enter it. North of Bloor, it is not the same. The really nice stretch runs between Bloor and College. We're about to walk past my favorite Korean restaurant. And even though I live in Midtown, I order from this one quite a bit. That is Hankook. There used to be a place called June's. And you can get a fantastic cheese duck galbi there. And we are walking past Honest Ed's, where that construction worker, that was weird. He threw his hand out in front of that car to stop and ran into that truck. Something must be going on there. Sorry, I was a bit distracted by that. What is going on with that truck? Yeah, to my right is the Honest Ed's redevelopment. They're putting in rental buildings, among other things. Rest in Peace Victory Cafe that will be there. And that place, Price War, I'm assuming got its name from the fact that Honest Ed's used to be across the street, which was a giant kind of junky discount store. And there's the pizza from Scott Pilgrim, if you remember that movie. Michael Cera, who's a local boy, or at least from Brampton, was in that one. And we're at Bathurst. Sean B, when I get to the other street corner, we'll turn around and take a look. I can't really get a look at it when I'm walking right next to it. There's the old Green Beanery. The Annex has really lost a lot of cafes in recent years. Let's put the wide angle on. There's a look at the new Mervish Village. And the old rec room. So we're at Bathurst Station. So we passed Christie Station. It's a lot of subway stations I've walked past now. Hello, Kelly Diary. And someone jumping in Korean. There's Mr. Tonkatsu. How do they get the cranes down? Well, of course they bring in a bigger crane. And then they need a bigger crane to take that down. And then you just keep going until you have really big cranes. I'm sure there's YouTube videos on high-rise cranes being dismantled.
Alex Bailey and
There's Popper's Pub on the right. They are not condos, I miss Toronto. Those ones are exciting because they are rental buildings. That used to be a Second Cup. That used to be a Starbucks. And that used to be an Aroma Cafe. And now, nothing. There is nothing. There's Lee's Palace. And a sushi on Bloor. So we are in the heart of the Annex neighborhood. There's Sweet Pete's Bicycle Shop. Read us some more names off signs, Johnny. There is the new Victory Cafe. That's very different from the old Victory Cafe that used to be in a Victorian-style house in Mirvish Village. That got cleared out as part of that Honest Ed's redevelopment. Would any of these be considered mom and pop stores? I'm sure a lot of the restaurants are. Hey, there's another Juxtapose. That's two of them. There's one in Koreatown too. This one probably is. Tech Clinic. The 420 zone. There's Future on the right. Future Bistro. Sean B says I'm in Koreatown. Maybe your stream is delayed. We're in the Annex. We're well out of Koreatown. Koreatown ended at Bathurst Street. Michelle, it depends on how much longer I keep going. That could be neat. We are already at an hour and 33. You love BMV. Says Keele? I can't quite read the Korean character in this particular software I'm using. It's very small. Susan says Ken will stream snipe me. Oh yeah? Let me see here. Ken is my arch nemesis. Oh, he is very far away. I don't know if our worlds will collide. I'm assuming I have enough battery to keep going for a bit. Here is Robert Street. Rob is watching me and Ken. Well, it'll be a good comparison of the iPhone versus his Galaxy S20 FE. Quality-wise, who does it better? Although I have a little advantage in the coverage department. I'm using two providers. We have different phones, Rob, but we now have the same gimbal as I gave Ken. The same gimbal that I'm using now. Well, not the exact same one, but the same model for his birthday. And here is Spadina Avenue, and we're gonna be, looks like there's a lot of kids out. I try to keep the camera away from them whenever possible. But if they run in front of it, there's not a whole lot I can do. All right, I'm gonna try to make this intersection here. You can't do it. So here is Spadina. I could have pointed the camera south there and got a view of the tower, but I was too busy not trying to get caught in the middle of an intersection when the light turned red. We're in University of Toronto country. Now I'm wishing I just had a t-shirt on. This day has gotten a lot nicer than it started. Boardwalk Brad says walk down Huron. That's an idea. I'm planning on going back to Huron and covering it separately. I might do a stream on it at some point. But we're gonna stick to Bloor till the battery dies, or until I get to Yonge, or until we run into Ken. Whichever of those ones tickle your fancy or happens first. Where's that guy anyways? Oh, he is north of a college. We are on a collision course to meet at Bloor and Yonge pretty much. And I see he's getting super chats. I am officially jealous. Here's Gayubi, Japanese grill. Oh, that sucks to hear, Boardwalk Brad. Bevy is mopping her floors. Margaret saw videos of Action Kid in Connecticut. Isn't he still in New York right now? I thought he live streamed from there quite recently. Although, you could say that, you could make that statement at any time and it would probably always be true. Oh, I walked right by the Bata Shoe Museum without mentioning it. Thomas Brown, $10. Cups of coffee for you and Ken when you meet up at Yonge and Bloor. Thomas Brown, thank you for the $10. Thank you very much, Thomas Brown. We'll see what happens. I'm definitely in need of coffee and a snack. So maybe we'll see about making something like that happen. Maybe we'll curse Ken on his stream by giving him a drink that'll make him have to tinkle midstream. It's every streamer's worst nightmare. Just a casual and only reminder, if you haven't subscribed, please do so.
I'll probably recognize it then when I see
It helps my ego. And we just walked past St. George Station. Making this, I don't know how many stations we walked past, but it's been a shitload of them, and there's at least one more to go in Bay, depending if we get to Yonge and Bloor or not. Boardwalk Brad says nothing like growing Johnny's ego. That was a joke. It was a joke. Where is Ken now? Oh, he is making good progress. Sorry guys, I just have to I just chatted in Ken's stream.
Alright, I'm getting closer to Bloor now.
Look what I said. I'm waiting for his reaction. Come on, Ken, read my
Is he hunting me or am I hunting him? Or perhaps we're hunting each other.
Ken is not acknowledging my message. I wrote this stream sucks. I was hoping to get a rise out of Ken.
Kind of speed walking here.
All right, I'm gonna fire off a message quickly, guys. Just one sec. Enjoy the view of Sorry, guys. There is the ROM with the Michael Lee Chin crystal. He was the big donor. This was originally supposed to extend south all throughout the property, but it ended up just kind of being this chunk along Bloor Street. And they ended up using a much cheaper material than what was originally intended. Rash Brannigan said, would Ken's mods ban me? I don't think they would. Where is that guy now? Oh. I don't think I'm gonna make this light.
Is he coming for me or am I coming for him?
So here's the look south down Queen's Park.
Toronto. I just lived in North Bay for so long. I don't know. I just grew tired.
So this will be my second time hunting Ken on a live stream. Sorry guys, Ken said he's speed walking. Oh, I'm not racing him. He can get his jeans all sweaty and gross if he wants. I'm still gonna keep strolling at my normal pace. And courtesy of Thomas, I'll be getting a coffee right when this one's done. What are the odds of us both streaming on Thursday morning? When do I stream on Thursday mornings? When does Ken stream on Thursday mornings? What's this all about? Ken is definitely going to beat me to Young and Bloor though. And if you're wondering, on the day, I just hit 12,000 steps. Peloton. They had some shit recalled. Mont Blanc. Ooh. Danny, $10 for some ice cream sandwiches for you and Ken. Thank you, Danny, for the 10 euros. Danny Kamen. Thank you very much. I'm sure I'll make a highlight clip of this moment that's about to happen and put it on my other channel, Johnny Stumbles. That's my low effort, lazy channel. Hey, Claudia, that's a bad idea. Stay here.
Tired of it, I suppose.
Oh, Ken is.
Bloor Street is just up ahead.
Uh-oh, guys, I've got 20% battery left. That should be plenty. I've been streaming. I only started this one at around 80%. I didn't think I'd be going more than an hour and a half. And I've got the screen on full blast brightness wise. But the problem is, once you get to like that low 20% part of your battery, it really starts to drop like a rock. And I don't know if it'll let me stream below 10%. Here's where the iPhone 13 would have made sense. Rob says that's plenty, you'll be fine. All right, so coming up is Bloor Street. Cue the Chariots of Fire song right now. Chances we are stalking each other. Well, even if I run out of battery, which I won't, I'll still appear on Ken's stream. So we are coming up on Bay Street. Sanjay says this is exciting. I've tracked him down before, but this is more of him tracking me down. I was streaming first, he knew my direction.
How are you feeling? With my finger.
And we are at Bay Street.
definitely try not to divide by 0.
Okay, so Ken beat me to Yonge and Bloor. He is a few blocks away. I'm on the south side. I think Ken's on the right side. Novell costs to buy Johnny a nice refreshing beverage. Thank you for the $5 super chat to Ken. Novell? You sent it to the wrong person. I think Ken's on the south side.
So you know what? I can gift it to him from you.
And in case my battery does crap out, thanks for watching. Thanks for the super chats. Thanks for modding. Etc. and so forth. But he should be just up ahead here. There he is. I have spotted Ken. The moment you have all been waiting for is upon us.
There's a guy who looks just like Johnny Strides who just walked past me.
I think it's a Toronto streamer in his native habitat.
What's this guy doing? Why does he have my gimbal?
Why do you have my old phone?
What's going on here?
How's it going, Kenny? Can I call you that?
Sure, you can call me. Yeah.
All right,
Can I
let's
call
switch.
you John?
I want to do a shot
How about Jonathan?
of me streaming with you streaming with Bloor Street in the background.
I heard your battery's about to die. Is that true?
I hit 20%.
20%? All right.
Yeah, so
And guess what? I have something for you.
what do you have?
Hello, hello. Novell costs.
How are you getting all these super chats? I think these guys clearly favor you. Perhaps it's your rugged good looks.
Rugged? Yeah. That's just because I leave a 5 o'clock shadow permanently, right? Novell costs super chatted me $5 to treat you to a drink. So I'm gifting
No.
$5 to you. There you go.
Did you take YouTube's cut and then Mr. Trudeau's cut?
There we go. I did,
We're going to be a little short of buying a drink here after.
And the medic's mine, $20.
Well, thank you, Novell costs.
Since you're giving Johnny a $5, here's something for you. Oh, thank you very much. Medic's
Do you want to backtrack for one block? That way I could just say I went from Jane to Bloor, then I can
okay,
hand it off to you.
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
I'll tell my viewers to go your way.
Simultaneous live stream. I think this is the first, right?
Yep, I'm definitely going to steal some of your footage for a highlight clip.
Okay.
So you start stream. Did you have a plan to stream today?
Yeah, well, this morning I put a notice up saying I was going to plan or stream at 11:30. I kind of just decided late last night because I'm not going to do a stream this weekend like I normally do.
Oh, why not?
I'm just going to take this Saturday off, and then on Sunday I'm driving up to North Bay with my friend.
Oh, the same guy that was in the.
Jim. Yeah, Jim. He's going to pick me up because he's visiting his parents in St. Thomas. So on his way back, he's going to pick me up, take me up to North Bay with him, and then I'll do a stream day on Monday. I'm planning.
Good old North Bay.
Yeah. So that should be fun.
That'll be a first.
Hopefully it's not snowing or something. You never know. You just never know up there.
Sorry for taking you the other way. It's just I started at Jane. I wanted to finish at Yonge and Bloor.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Where are you going today? Oh, Rob, $13.99 super chat. Thank you, Rob. Thank you for depositing your super chat on the correct stream. Thank you very much.
I don't have any set plan. I'm thinking now maybe I'll head south. Maybe I'll go west to Spadina, and then I'll go south down Spadina.
That's a lot of streaming you got ahead.
Yeah. I've been at it for 25 minutes, so I'll probably go for at least another hour.
Yeah, I'm at an hour and 56 right now.
Where did you start at? Jane?
Yeah.
Wow.
I just came. Well,
That's a long walk.
you've done that before.
Yeah.
It's a long walk to most people, not to you.
Yeah.
You don't.
plus
You,
it's just another day, right?
you don't have to ham it up. Well, guys, we made it from Jane to Young and Bloor. I survived a bear attack along the way,
Bear attack?
and meeting Ken. And Thomas super chatted me to get you a drink as well. If you're interested, we could go to a cafe and I could get one if you want. If not, we could rain check it, but I'll end my stream and we'll talk about that, guys. Or we'll talk about that. If you want to continue on streaming, you can head over to TheKenContinuum. It's all one word. It's one of the strangest YouTube channel names around, but
It is, yes. It's
It is.
inspired by Star Trek, if you want to know. It's kind of a geeky Star Trek thing. The TheKenContinuum, you know, from Star Trek The Next Generation.
but Ken will continue streaming, so maybe we'll plan a handoff like this again in the future. But thank you for watching, guys, and I will catch you in the next one.